Hello, 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 hello. It's Saturday night. I feel all right, and I got all my digits. That's always good for July 5th. How's everyone doing? I'm trying to pull up something. I'm like, I'll pull up something right before I go live, and then I forgot to pull it up, so now I got to do it awkwardly while I'm live here. There we go. Okay, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? It's Saturday. Hopefully, for the Americans in the audience, you all have your fingers, you all have your digits, and you had a fun July 4th. And I watched a video of a drone show, and it was the most American thing I've ever seen because the drones made a gun that loaded a magazine, cocked the action, and shot a drone bullet. You know how like China does, like they make dragons and stuff flying through the air out of drones and like all that cool. Americans made a flying drone gun, and it was the most Yankee Doodle thing I've ever seen. It was cool. But anyways, how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? It is Saturday night. It is still an oven in here. I swear, last year, it was not this bad in the garage. I was like, we had the odd day where it was really hot out here, and I would do my open the door before going live, let some cool air from the house come into the garage, and it would be good. It is 8:03 p.m. and it is 33 degrees in the garage, and that's after cooling it down from 36. Andrew Rogers, $9.99, cheers and appreciate it for the thank goodness he didn't get blowed up fun. Cheers. Yes, I know. I'm working on getting an AC unit. The one I was going to get was out of stock. So, yeah. I ran out. Also, just my luck, I went out to go to the Timmy Ho's to go, get the not Canadian thing and got an ice cap because it's the only good thing they have. There was a car flipped in front of it. I almost got stuck in the Tim Hortons because like the police showed up and shut down the road because there was like somebody I guess was coming out of the Tim Hortons and like T-boned somebody and the car flipped like right in front of the Tim Hortons. So like the police shut down the road right in front of it, and I'm in the drive-thru and I'm like, can I get out? Can I get out? And they're like, yeah, go. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, this summer has been insane. Like, it's just into July, and we've had like consistently over 30 degrees Celsius days, which have been insane. So yes, I got an ice cap, but I also have my gamer subs. And also you have your chance to win a spool of filament because every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description, enter for your chance to win. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And if you want to go shopping, go buy something with the affiliate links. Some of them, like the gamer subs one, this one, use code Canuck along with Gloop and Vision Miner and save some money as well. You know it's hot when like, normally drinks like this, where you have like the, it's like a slushy, and you get to the part where you drink up all the liquid and then you just have to ice, and then you have to wait for the ice to melt. We don't have to wait for the ice to melt today. We're on vacation on Lake Superior. It's been almost 80, 90. Yeah, it's been insane in the humidity around the Great Lakes. Are you on the lake, like in a cabin, or are you on a boat? Also, why are you watching me on vacation? Enjoy your vacation. But anyways, I did something yesterday. Look what I did. So remember on the stream yesterday, I needed to make a foot. And the reason I wanted to make the foot is, I think I downloaded, yeah. So I'll just open the, I'll just put it here. So this is why I wanted to get the CAD. Because people are like, oh, just sketch it from, because you can see the printer. We have the printers on feet now. So people are like, just sketch it from stock. Just like sketch out the foot and just design it from scratch. And I'm like, no, I want the plate, because this is why I wanted the plate. This was the plate. All I did was just delete these 4 holes, extruded it up to like, I think 30 millimeters, made these holes 5.2 millimeters instead of tap hole. And then I just added some fancy design work on the side to just kind of give it some design. I don't know, make it not just a regular cube. So yeah, it took me like 5 minutes to sketch out the feet, and then I printed them in TPU. And now the printer has, look at these grippers. Look at these grippers. So we've got, 30-ish millimeters of clearance, and they're grippy enough, it's not gonna slide off the wood. I will put some bumpers on at some point just to ensure that it never does work its way off, but it's TPU and it's pretty sticky. So yeah, so now the printer's on grippers. We got some grippers there. We got the screen installed, which means we are good to go. Oop, what was that? Oh, we are good to go for mounting electronics. So let me move this here because we're gonna be doing pretty much everything over here. Let me get the stream in here. New stream. Not now. There we go. Okay. So we got the CAD here. So this way, I could probably just pull this over. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna pull this over because I got a feeling we're gonna need this laptop. So I'm just gonna pull this over so I can look at chat. Because, yeah, the plan today is if all goes well, we might be powering up the printer today. If all goes well. If it doesn't go well, there'll be an explosion. Or at least an electrical short of some sort. So yeah, so let's see what I gotta do. Let me actually pull up the instructions here and see what we gotta do, because I believe the first thing we gotta do is actually we gotta put the panel on it. That's a mini stealth burner. No, that's a full-size stealth burner. It just looks mini because the printer's huge. So it calls out in the instructions to mount the electronics panel, which we have. So it's like mount the panel, wire it all up, and then, oh, if you want to put the enclosure on, take the panel off and then put the enclosure back on, or take the box off and then put the panel back on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the panel on. If I can figure out how to put these panels on. So we're gonna put the panel on. That's the plan. And it looks like they have a bunch of little clasps here that we have to mount. So, well, we'll take a look at that. So let's get that going. Let's get that going. Checking chat. When I look at the X now, it looks so small. Dude, this printer is huge. Even my wife's like, dude, that thing's huge. I'm like, I know. It's like, what do you need a printer that big for? I'm like, I don't know. I'll find a use for it. Don't get me wrong. We will use it for stuff. But, it's big. Okay, now I gotta find the panels. I've got a whole box of panels here, and I'm assuming these ones should be pretty easy to find. Yeah, because it has these cutouts. So this is the panel I need. So all these other ones I can put away, I believe. And the thing is, I'm a little concerned because I don't have a box. Because I'm looking at this. This is what concerns me. See these little parts? I don't know if I have these. Do I have to print these? Because you have to install these little clips. And then the panels mount to the clips. The panels don't mount to the actual frame. You have clips that mount to the frame, and then the panels mount to the clips. So I gotta see if I have these clips anywhere. Let's take a look. And for those who are like, you should have checked that before going live. That's not what we do here. We do everything live. Check over here. Let's see, what do we got over here? Because I have these guys. So these are, because the panels are two parts. So these are like you put the panels in each side. So that holds two panels together. But when it comes to actually holding these in place, I don't actually think I have the printed parts for them. Okay, this is the box latch. Okay, this is all empty. Okay, so this one's empty. So these are empty. So I might have to print the enclosure latches because I don't think I actually have those. Yeah, I do not see those anywhere. LTX Designs, if you're in chat. Yeah, did they not give me those? They did not give me those. Huh. Okay. I guess we're not putting the enclosure on, so I guess I'll have to do that separately, which is going to be annoying. That is going to be annoying. They did not give me those. I could print them quick, but there's no point. Do tube upgrade for the Phoenix. Oh, this is definitely going to get a high flow. So I guess we're just going to mount it as is for now, because I do not see a box of those little clips anywhere. So I'm guessing I got to print them. Yeah. So I guess I got to print them. They did not include enclosure parts, which is kind of disappointing. I'll be honest. A little disappointed in that. They gave me everything else except for the enclosure printed parts. So I guess you got to print those. Okay, so we have to mount this electrical box. So let's scroll back up here. So it's going to be a little annoying, but I should be able to finagle it later on my own time, putting the box on. Yeah, so I got to print these, it looks like. Yeah. After equipment is turned on and running, print the graphic file, black PETG. I ain't printing these in PETG. So I got to print those. Okay. So, oh well. I can live with that. I'll just have to do it on my own time. Okay, so we have a bunch of M38s. I have this hardware. Might as well do that over here while we're here. So is those M36s? Oh, they even come with the little M36s. This mounts to that. And it comes in from that side? Really? Okay, I guess we're screwing in the plastic. What's the operation on this? That? Okay. And then this just screws in here, I guess. Does that line up? I guess that lines up. Okay. Did they put this plate in backwards now? That's the way it is. Okay. Minor oversight. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think VORON kits come with the stuff to mount panels. Like if you buy a VORON printed forward kit, it doesn't come with the enclosure stuff either. So it's not like, you know, oh, it's more like, oh, okay, well, I guess I got to print them. Should have checked that last week or on the stream yesterday, and then I would have printed them overnight, but I will print them overnight now. What's up, beep dog? So everyone have a enjoy their holiday yesterday, or at least for the Americans in the audience, you guys enjoy your holiday? Everyone still got all their fingers? Hopefully. Paperwork sucks. Chilling all week long, nice. I need to figure out, we need to do a family holiday this year, and I don't know what to do. Normally, we do like every other year, we do a trip. So this year is a not trip year, but I still want to do something, but I don't know what. So I got to figure that out. What do we got here? So just M3 with a T-nut. Okay. So M38 and then nuts. So this is going to be annoying because this mounts here. So it's going to be really annoying to do this by myself. So I'm gonna have to line up some T-nuts here. I'm gonna have to line up quite a few T-nuts. So we got, how many T-nuts? How many T-nuts? We got 1, 2, oh shit, I gotta take the one out of here. How do I move this? Move this, pull this out. One thing. I gotta fix this box. Need a screwdriver. That'll work. I think I know why that was loose. There we go. Loosen that up. Is there one? Nope, there isn't one under that. Okay. So there's 2 there and 2 there. Okay, so I need to get 3 in this side. One, 2. No, you're a junk one. You get out of here. These stupid T-nuts are garbo. So many of these T-nuts are garbo. Like, they're not useless, but they're just garbo. they slide. They slide. And that's not good when you're working like this. Am I on the right camera? I am. Yeah, like, yeah, garbage. Garbage. Okay, so we got what? We got 1, 2, 3. 3. There we go. And then the 2 down here. Yes, I know I have the instructions there, but I'm going to walk over here. It mounts on the top. Okay, so they go on the 2 in the top. Does it run on 3-phase or? It's 210 or 110. The printer runs at 110. It's not running on like crazy high voltage or anything like that. Okay, so what's the spacing here? How many holes like that? Really, that's what you give me? That's what you're giving me for spacing? Okay. Well, make it work. Make it work. This is gonna be annoying. So let me see if let's this is gonna be annoying because I have the desk isn't locked down, or this isn't locked down. Let's slide you right to the edge here. Okay. And then grab some 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3 blocks. This is gonna be fun to do by myself, but make it work. Make it work. Make it work. Grid of garbo. No, garbo. Garbage. Garbo. Garbage. You guys have heard that term before, right? Garbo. When something's garbage, it's garbo. I'm not the only one that uses that word, right? Like I'm not alone in the world when it comes to that, right? Can't be. Okay, let's see here. Something's rolling. That's rolling. Okay. So let's see here. What do we got? Oh, this lines up perfectly. Okay. So you go in there. Okay, so you're loose now. So now, slide you along until this other guy lines up. Yeah, right about there. Okay. Oh. Don't want to accidentally poke a hole in here. Did I completely miss that? Nope, it's in, I think. loosen that up. Okay, let's see. Are we actually screwed in? I think we're screwed in. Okay, so now the fun part. Line up these three. Oh God, this is annoying. Okay, so we got this guy right about here. See, what would have been smart is to use T-nuts, because then I could put all the screws in and then use like hammerhead T-nuts and then just move them into position and then we'd be good. But instead, I'm doing this with the slide-in T-nuts that don't line up unless you got them perfect. But on the bright side, they stay. So if you ever take them out, just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna have to get my fan over on this side because we're gonna be doing a lot of wiring on this side, so should just get the fan and move the fan over here. I'm gonna move the fan over here. It's getting a little warm. It is honestly not that bad on the other side of the garage. This side has like no insulation in the ceiling above it either. So it's just radiating heat. I need a Allen key for this. There we go. So this is gonna suck because I'm gonna have to take this off to put the panels on. But it is what it is. That's what we like to call a problem for future Taylor. I do not envy that man. There we go. Additive Atom, 20 months. Wow. Want to see a video of this of the driveway printing? No, because then I'm gonna dox myself. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, I'm gonna move a fan over there. Get a fan over on this side so I'm not baking. I mean, I could go for some bacon actually. Bacon sounds really good right now. Do I have a plug on this side? I gotta have a plug on this side. I'll put one right there. Make some room here. Oh, that's a spider. Okay. 1 second. Let me make some room here. I gotta put a fan somewhere in here. Nope, that ain't gonna fit. I got a fan, but I don't know where to put it. I'll just plug it in and kind of. Hopefully this doesn't take the camera out. You can live up here. There we go. There we go. Hopefully the fan noise isn't too annoying. But if all goes well, I actually should be able to just like sit here and wire stuff up for the rest of the stream. Because now we got to put all of our wiring through this hole now. So this guy goes through here. Okay, nice and organized. And then everything else goes through here. Am I on the right camera, by the way? No, I'm on the wrong camera. Shoot. I'm on the wrong camera. Why don't you yell at me? You guys got to yell at me when I'm on the wrong camera. Louder. Got to be louder. You gotta project your voice. It's like if you've ever done an interview with me, on camera, for those of you that have done videos with me at like Rap Fest or whatever, you have to project your voice. That's like one of the first things you learn when you do content creation, is you have to talk like you're actually talking. You can't do the, okay guys, or I can't even do it anymore, but you know, like when you watch kids make a video and they do that silent scream, they're like, ah, oh my God, the Minecraft creeper, it blew up my house. Oh my God. No, you have to like actually project your voice and talk like you're actually talking. And it takes some people a while to get used to that. You'd be surprised. Okay, let me shove all this wire through this hole now. Also, we're gonna have to do a lot of crimping and stripping, I'm realizing, because a lot of this wire is way longer than it needs to be. Can I move this? I can. Okay, good. So you go through there. Shoving an entire cape bundle of random wires of different lengths with different connectors on it through a hole is annoying. It's like pushing rope, but even more annoying, because like everything gets caught on everything. And it's like, it all don't want to go. And it's like, I have all these bundles have like wire or tape on them for like labeling. So I know like which bed is which and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, I better hope none of that comes off while I'm doing this. Okay. There we go. Nice and organized, eh? Look at it, look at all these wires. Okay, here, I'll be nice. Oh my God, this camera is so warm. This camera might actually overheat today. Okay, so that's that. We have a stool. And now, I get to sit. Because of the rest of the stream is making all of this connect to this. So let me pull my laptop over here so I can actually see what the camera angle looks like. Oh, this will work. Oh, this will work perfectly. Yeah, so now I get to sit down. I have a fan on me. I have my overpriced, crappy iced cappuccino. Yeah. Everyone good? Everyone good? Everyone give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. I could probably move the camera down a little bit. Let me move the camera down just a little bit. I want to make sure you guys are in a decent view for the gong show. There we go. Okay. Let me pull up our wiring. Because now, remove the screws on the 4 camera. Okay, so let's take that off. Let's like remove this, because I'm assuming there's wires underneath I got to get at. Or plugs to plug in. Good, thumbs up, excellent. Now also, for all of you giving thumbs up, did you like the smash button? I hope you all like the smash button. If you have time to give a thumbs up, you have time to do one of these thingies for the YouTube algorithm. All right, so that comes out. Oh, and there's a bracket underneath I gotta take out too. Where do I put that Allen key? Will that work? Algorithm. Al Gore. I remember Al Gore. Put a 1 in chat if you remember Al Gore and his rhythm. Where did that Allen key go? Where'd that Allen key go? I just had it. I need an actual Allen key to fit through the hole. There we go. I left it. I remember Al Gore. He was funny in The Simpsons. Man Bear Pig remembers. Yep. That devious Man Bear Pig. So I made the executive decision. I made an executive decision to not check the power supplies. What do I mean by that? This plugs into fan, by the way. So these two power supplies, I don't know what voltage they are. Why? Because the switch to set them for 110 or 240 are here and here. Unfortunately, I can't get at them because I can't see, because there's a plate here, and then this one is blocked by this one. So there are two things. Either it's set for 110 and we're good, or it's set for 240. The thing is, or 220 or whatever it's set for. The thing is, if it's set for 220 or 240, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be feeding it 110 anyways. So if that's wrong, it just won't work. And then I have to take them off the back plate and I flip the switches and we're good to go. If I was in the European Union or anywhere that uses 240 as their voltage, I could not do that. Because if they were set to 110 and I fed it 240, big bada boom. Bad things happen. So because here it's 110 land, if I accidentally feed it half of the voltage it's thinking it's going to get, nothing happens. So we got that going for us here, which is nice. Okay. The mains wiring for these things is less than ideal safety-wise. In what regard, Down Under Maker? I mean, we got the big chunky plug here. I'm wiring it, like, I don't like the fact that these are exposed. Like, straight up, like, I'm I'm connecting the live and the neutral right now, and they are soldered on. I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is. Okay, let's start connecting stuff. So, we've got our motors. Okay, so let's start connecting motors. Okay, so the screen is easy. Let's rip this off. The screen is easy. The screen goes right here. Okay. So the screen goes right there, and I can just kind of do that for now. And now motors. So we've got Z0, 1, 2, 3. So let's find all of our motors here. Okay, so your power. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. So I think these ones are our Z motors. Yes. Okay, so let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So this is our Z motors. Okay, so these are our Z motors. So this will be really nice. This right here, the wires we're working on stay on this side, the ones we're not working on stay over there. Yeah, remember Z0. Yeah, I labeled them in order. If I remember, Z0 is front right instead of front left. Is it on this machine? Is it on this machine? I mean, I would want to wire it up like a VORON, where 0 is front left. But if it shows it differently on the manual, I'll follow the manual. What page would it be on, the motor wiring? Where are the Z motors? Where's the Z motors? Trying to find the Z motors here. Where are you? Z motors, okay. Yeah, that's installing the Z motors, but what are we doing for the wiring? Doesn't show me. Okay. Do the motor wiring in the manual? Oh, the wiring diagram? Okay, so let me... Yeah, it kind of sucks that I can't really show you. Okay, yeah, so front right. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so they have front right. Yeah, I see. It kind of sucks that I can't, because I'm on the laptop here, I can't show you the manual. But it has front right, rear right, rear left, front left. So they wired this up completely different than a VORON. If you're going to copy a VORON, copy a VORON. It's like Saval when they didn't set up the Z offset right. Okay, so we need front right. Front right is Z3. Okay, so front right is Z3. Like, if you're going to go through the trouble of copying a VORON, pardon my français, but fucking copy the VORON. Just do what the VORON does. Don't go like, oh, we're going to copy the VORON, but we're going to change a bunch of stuff for no reason. No. If you're going to copy a VORON, just copy a VORON. It's open source. You are allowed to copy it. You are allowed to. We give you permission to, and to make money off of it. Just copy it. I don't know. Yeah, because the funny thing is, the beds are labeled the same way as a VORON. A, B, C, D, I think. Let me check the beds. Let me check the beds. Do they do the beds like a VORON? Yeah, they did the beds like a VORON, where front left is A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D. But they did motors, They did the motors backwards. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay, so I need Z3. So Z3. So Z2, Z1, Z0, and that would be this guy is Z3. Z3 motor is all twisted and tangled, which makes a lot of sense. It's all gonna be twisted and tangled. So the plan is for this is very long, obviously. We're gonna shorten these wires, but luckily, these are, you don't need to crimp these. These ones you just stick in and tighten. So let me go get my lttstore.com screwdriver, which is actually over here, if I can reach it. Come on, reach it, there we go. Oh yeah, this thing isn't screwed down, I could have just slid it. So we got my lttstore.com screwdriver. So that will let me undo these guys. Okay, and let me go get a wire stripper. Today's stream is gonna be chill and strip. Stripping and chilling, that is today's stream. Stripping and chilling, smoke them if you got them, grab a drink if you don't. And we are just gonna take our time and work on this until it gets too hot for me to work on stuff anymore. Sound good? Sound good. Did I put the camera back to the right camera? I did. Right, we're on the right camera, thumbs up. I think we did. Yep, thumbs up, we're good. There we go. Okay. Okay, so Z3 is these guys. So what I'm going to do is cut these right here. Now I have a reference. For these wires. Okay, these guys go over here. Stop getting caught in everything. Stay. Whatever. Right about there. A little bit extra. Okay, my Leviathan expansion board came in today. Tomorrow, rip out this second nuke spider. You've had these die on you? That sucks. How are they dying? Like, here's the thing. I'm going to be trying to run this as stock as I can, as long as I can. That's kind of the plan. I don't want to be faffing around with this until I run into issues. The The moment I run into issues with this, it's getting ripped out and I'm putting a Kraken in. The moment I have any problems with this machine, I have no qualms about ripping and tearing all the electronics out and going to known good hardware, put it that way. Try the brake action blasters. I have one. Oh wait, brake action? I have a lever action, right? Blaster. Okay. Red, blue, green, black. Red, blue, green, black. So red. Red, blue, green, black. You know what? I'm just gonna take them all out. It'd be annoying to try and do them otherwise. There we go. Red, blue, green, black. Red. Now, should I be putting ferrules on these? Probably. But I'm okay with this for now. Blue. Green. Trying to keep these somewhat organized. Ooh. Black. Twisty, 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 twisty. There we go. Don't you want to untangle the wires before? They are untangled. They're in a, I mean, the wires are completely just in a big jumble, we'll call it, a jumble, all the way from wherever, all the way to here. Untangling them from here to here, don't mean much. These are all motor wires that go to the same area. So this is as untangled as they get. And then this plugs in this. Give them all a little tuggy tug just to make sure they are still tight. And that is good. And now, Z1 is the next one, which is rear right, which is Z2. Z2, which is probably the next longest one. No, that's Z0. Z2 is this guy. Okay. Z2. This one, I don't really need to shorten, but I'm going to shorten it anyways. I'm shortening every other one, so I might as well shorten this one. Uh, 99 chance the Spider Pro gets ripped out pretty quickly and switched over, especially after you fiddle with how they have everything buried deep in the CAN bus. It is what it is. I'm hoping to run stuff as stock as I can for a bit to at least review it, or at least like, I want to get enough time on it stock so that if somebody comes to me in the future and be like, because if you want to know the real reason I don't do printer reviews, if you want my opinion on any printer I've ever used, just ask me during a live stream. Like, I find that a little bit, like, you actually get like a better opinion than like a video some YouTuber shits out where it's like, here are the specs and here's some prints I printed on it. Like, if you want to know what my thoughts are on like the Saval Mini, just ask me during a stream and I'll tell you. Saval Mini, fun little printer, nothing wrong with it. The problem is its price. At the price of a Saval Mini, you can get some other printers that are more capable. There's nothing wrong with the Saval Mini though, in my opinion. It just kind of, at its price point, there's better value out there. But people buy Dodge Rams, so. What's my opinion on the HP Jet? HP sucks. HP sucks. You want a good printer? Get a Brother. So. I bought a black and white Brother laser printer probably about 5 years ago. I've changed the ink on it once, and that's from the ink that it came with. And it has been a beast. Like, it's been a tank. I've had no issues with it. It sits in the computer room, plugged into the wall. It's on the house Wi-Fi, and it does its thing. Every now and then, whenever I got to print something, it just works. Just slow. I mean, I've never been in a rush to print something. I've never been like, I need to have this printed in 2 minutes. It's like, oh no, I need this printed tomorrow. Okay. Are there sponges you still need service? I don't know. I haven't. All I've done is at one point, and it was like within the last year, I took out the, when we bought the printer, it came with ink, and then I bought a refill. And it's been 5 years that I finally put the refill in. Isn't Brother going down? I don't know. I have like the basic bottle. It has a scanner built into it. Give it a little tug, and we're good. It has a scanner built into it. Okay, Z2. Z2 is rear left, which is Z1, because these guys don't know how to label motors. Z1. There we go. Oh, no. Straight one, Z1. Eco tags. The thing is, I don't need color. I don't do any color printing, so for me, black and white is fine. Like the last thing I printed, was like all the paperwork I needed to get my Chinese visa. Like whenever I travel, I do print off like tickets and whatnot. Like I'll print off a hard copy of like invites to places, like, you know, I'm going to like a rap fest, I'll print off the flyer, my travel tickets, my hotel receipt, just because, you know, no offense, but you Yanks made crossing the border a pain in the ass. So I try to cover my ass by having as much paperwork as possible in case I run into problems. But that's like usually what I print off. Is just, I'm not in high school. I don't have projects to print off. live chat. There we go. Okay, so that's that. So now, red. Oop. That travel app. What do you mean travel app thing? Make sure I have these in the right way. Yep. Okay, so red, bleh. Seaboard Trading Kit live stream and put some videos from reloaded content. Here's TDK. The Seaboard Kit we're going to be getting back to with the upgrades for the new tool head from Luke's lab. We're going to get back to that pretty much as soon as we finish. As soon as we finish this, we're going back to that guy. Usually my plan is I try to do like I stream 3 days a week. So the plan is to like one stream of each item a week kind of thing. So like Tuesday's this, Friday's this, and Saturday's this. But it got messy the last time I did it, where I had like 3 builds going on at the same time. And so I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna finish this big build, get it done so I can clean up the garage, make some room, and then we'll go back to the little builds. So yeah. There we go. And then this guy plugs in here. Oh, plug it the right way. Oh, why don't you want to click in? There we go. Make sure all the wires, black, green, red, blue, black, green, blue, red. Okay, good. And then the last one is this guy. Screw sorting stream when? Soon. I gotta print one of those like screw sorting devices. Make it a lot easier to do. I should probably strip the wires first. It's a lot easier to put wires in something when you strip them. I have a VZO rebuild and a Micron building. There was upgrades on the Seaboard. Yeah, the Seaboard kit that I got had a gremlin in the tool head. I couldn't figure out if it was the board, the hot end, whatever it was. It was just, I kept having issues with the tool head. And it was like, I had an isolated case. A lot of people who bought the kit didn't have issues. So I just chalk it up to a gremlin. So I ripped out the tool head and we're putting a 48 volt Jupiter tool head in, which is the Jupiter board, a takeoff tool head itself, and then a tube, which considering that machine is an all-wheel drive Trident, it's kind of nice to have a super high flow in it. So that is currently ongoing. I think we just have to finish up the wiring, and then the plan is to put calico in it too, which is Danger Clipper. So that was also going to be a playing around with Danger Clipper for the first time as well stream. But what ended up happening was I had like 2 or 3 kits come in at the same time that I started building. We had the Prusa Core 1 kit, we had the Pro Forge, and we had something else. And I had like 2 or 3 builds going on at the same time, and I was getting stuff mixed up. Wires from kit, like it was a mess. The garage was a mess. I just had stuff getting everywhere. So I said, screw it. We'll finish these builds, get them done. I'll finish this build. We'll get it done. And then we'll go back to the upgrades instead of like trying to build printers while also upgrading printers and having parts everywhere and losing stuff. So, what is Danger Clipper? Danger Clipper is Clipper with extra danger. Clipper has a lot of safeties in it to prevent bad things from happening. Okay, so for example, Clipper will error out if you have multiple boards that talk to the MCU. So say you have a board on the tool head, you have a board on your screen, and you have like a board for the cartographer, right? So you have all these different MCUs talking to your controller, your Raspberry Pi or whatever. And if one of them errors out, it causes the printer to crash. Like it'll cause Clipper to error out. But some things are not mission critical. So for example, your cartographer board, after you do your initial homing and the print starts, that board doesn't do anything. Same with the screen. It's nice to have a screen on a printer, but it's not mission critical. So you can, with Danger Clipper, you can tell it to just like, those boards are lower priority. So if they do error out during a print, it doesn't cause everything to crash, right? Because the printer goes like, yeah, okay, oh no, the screen broke. I'm not gonna stop a 20-hour print because the screen broke. So Danger Clipper basically has a bunch of the safeties are now more adjustable with Danger Clipper. So it allows you to do some things you can't do with normal Clipper. Not everyone needs to do everything that Danger Clipper can do. A lot of it is kind of stuff you probably don't need on your average build. But for those that do want to faff around, it's available. So. Okay. There we go. Oh, why these don't want to... Oop, a second. That one is not in. Uh-oh. That would have been bad. Black wire is not in. Plus, then the Seaboard can be upgraded on a Tuesday. Well, it might have to... If you want to do Tuesday, you might have to wait till not this week. Because I got a feeling we're not going to be getting this printer printing today. Because usually we do a stream for wiring up, and then there'll probably be a whole stream of faffing around with Clipper in this to make sure it's working right. And then we can go ahead and maybe print something. So, yeah. Okay, so now I need to put you behind there. So let's do this. So let me get my marker so I can mark these, so I don't accidentally lose them. 1 second. I don't know why some of these clips don't want to clip in. Okay, let me go get a marker. Yar. What color are we going with? Gold? Gold! Am I almost done? These are all the wires that got to go in this. When it gets done, it gets done. Okay, so we got 0, 1, 2, 3. Also, paper straws are the devil. I'm sorry. I'm okay with losing a whale or two if we can go back to plastic straws. Okay. So. 0. 1, 2, 3. Pasta straws. Luigi, take care of this man. There we go. 3. And then they actually have little zip tie points in here too, but I'm not going to zip tie anything yet. Okay, sweet. We got those motors are done. And now, what is ABCD? It just tells me ABCD. What does ABCD mean? Okay, so motor A and B go here. Okay, so those are these motors. These are the beds stuff. The bed stuff is over there. So, I have to undo this. Are the heat beds? Oh, it's the thermistors. Oh, it's the thermistors. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. And then I think... Okay. So this is our CAN bus, I'm assuming. Okay, so these are power for the CAN bus. This is H fan? Hot end fan? No. What is this? H fan. What is H fan? You were part of this. So the CAN goes here. So I'm not going to cut the CAN. The CAN I'm not going to shorten. So this is the CAN. Okay, I'm not going to shorten the CAN. What's HF? Hot end fan. Are these wires? Are these? Did I plug in? No, the only LEDs I put in were there, and those go to the toilet. What's HF? Oh, the motor fans. That's right. These have motor fans. I forgot about that. These have motors fans. Forgot about that. Okay. These are going to have to plug in up here somewhere, so power can go somewhere. I'll fill that later. Let's get these motor wires out of the way. We got some motors here. Let's get these motors out of the way. That's right. I have never built a printer where I actually had wires or fans for the motors. I've never. Every printer I built, I've never bothered with fan wires, but here we are. I'm gonna follow the instructions. It says to put in stuff for the fan, or stuff, if it comes with the kit, we're putting it in the kit. That's how it works. Okay, so we've got the B, and we've got A. Okay, so A is this guy right here. So A is this guy. So you're gonna be shortened to, right about there. Is this the same wire pattern? Black, green, blue, red, black, green, blue, red. Okay. Never had a printer this chunky. This is a big printer. This is bigger than your average 3D printer, that's for sure. This is a big boy. Which is funny because I'm printing the freaking 6-foot tall Gundam, and I'm not using the big printer for it. I mean, I will use this big printer for one part of it after it's built. or before. It depends whenever, you know, the timeline works. I've got like 6 cases of Prusament that should be showing up on Monday, so I can get back to printing parts for that thing. Be surprised how many parts are needed to build a 6-foot tall Gundam. Do I recommend doing the underbed 5015 fans on the Trident? I am a fan of having air circulate inside your 3D printer to use it as a convection oven, because fun fact, all 3D printers come with a chamber heater. It's called the bed. You just got to move that air around, so add some fans. So yes, I am a fan of that. This we will have to figure something out, because this sits a lot closer to the deck than on a Phoenix, so which means these panels are probably going to warp to shit. But I got a feeling I'm going to have to drill some holes and run some fans. Luckily, I can get underneath this printer pretty easily. Like I literally designed this bench so that I can go underneath the printer if I got to do anything. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Seen the T250, the world's fastest 3D printer. T250, what is the what? The world's fast? Anything that markets itself as the world's fastest 3D printer immediately gets a red flag in my book. You know what that screams to me? If you market your printer as the world's fastest 3D printer, hi, our printer has horrible layer adhesion. Like, I don't know. It's like, I seen a video, somebody shared it in my Discord. It's like, all speed benchies are going to be doing this method in the next year. And Buddy's using like dry ice to cool the print, which is cool, don't get me wrong. But that also just reaffirms how my whole thing about speed benchies have basically moved to being a wank fest now. Just internet points. It's the next gen, the 100. Yeah. I mean, the 100 is just a souped up rook, isn't it? Like, explain to me how a Core XY built using the same motors and the same drivers and the same controller as everyone else can be faster. Like, how is my Core XY with NEMA 2209s? Wow, these, I don't like these clips. There we go. Those don't like locking in too often. It's an enclosed Core XY 250 millimeters cubed with TMC 2209s, 24 volt motors, a high flow hot end, and it's belted. We're all using the same Lego here. And it runs Clipper. We're all using the same Lego here. How are we getting different results if we all use the same Lego? Does that make sense? Like the problem with 3D printing, with speed 3D printing, is we are limited by material science. The fact that we use filament to control flow is one of the biggest problems with 3D printing, because you are using the push and pull of filament to control your flow rate, to control your retracts and your print quality, essentially. So if you go to too big of a melt zone, you're pushing rope into a puddle to control things, and it starts getting bad. And also, you have to melt the filament and then re-solidify it within a certain amount of time. And you can only do that to a certain point before you start running into problems. And that's like a problem with high-speed printing. Like, you don't get the material properties that you want when you do high-speed printing a lot of time. A good example is Pantheon. The folks at Pantheon, they build those crazy expensive high-end machines that, like, you know, they are designed to print engineering grade materials extremely reliably all day. and they print like 600 grams a day of like carbon fiber nylon or glass film nylon on the HS3. The HS Pro is rated a bit better, but it's like the machines can move a meter a second. Like literally, the print head, it can sling around a 1 kilogram tool head at a meter a second if it wants to. But it doesn't print at those speeds, because printing at those speeds, because it can print at those speeds, but you get a print that turns to dust in your hand. You're not getting, you know, the rated properties of your material. When you buy a printer, if you're, you know, if you're Fysetc and you're like, hey, we need this printer to print, you know, dies and brackets and whatnot out of this material, and then you throw it in your rocket and it fails because, well, the print fell apart. Well, it's carbon fiber nylon. It should be, you know, these are the material properties. Well, you printed it so fast that you lost those properties. It's not going to work. When you're dropping 10 grand on a printer, when the print comes out of the printer, you want to take the spec sheet for that material and the print, and they should have the same specs. But when you YOLO a speed benchy, it looks like shit and the material properties go to shit, but you get your internet points because you made a fast benchy, and you know, that's what most people care about. I don't care about that. You want to impress me? Design a speed benchy profile that can do a 2 or 3 minute speed benchy, that can also print a full plate of VORON parts in ABS, and then send that plate of parts to dock and get it approved for PIF. If your speed benchy profile can do that, then I'll be impressed. But until it does that, it's just internet e-points. So yeah. I use my printers to print stuff that I use usually. I care more about the part coming off of the print than how quickly it printed the print. There's a reason I've been using my Prusa's more and more lately. The high temp PLA? No! Polymaker said they were gonna send me some. And then I reached out to my Polymaker rep and they're like, cool, we'll give you a code. And then he never gave me the code. So it is what it is. I can't talk about how good the high temp PLA is if I don't get any. So I'm a Prusa shill. Oh no. Let's be honest, pretty much everyone who's a 3D printing content creator is a shill for somebody nowadays. Thoughts on Cope then? Probably a decent plastic. I haven't used it yet though. I use a ton of ABS, and lately I've been doing more carbon fiber PETG. Although I do have a bunch of PETG on the way now because of the Gundam. Because I'm printing that whole thing in PETG. Because I don't want it melting on a hot day, and I want good layer adhesion. So it kind of, I'm breaking my PETG rule. Okay, so that's that. Where do the power cables go for this guy? Would you like to be contacted by a filament company? You have someone in mind I can talk to? I mean, the thing with filament, like if a company wants to send me filament, sure, I'll use it. People will. I'm not going to do a filament review. I don't do filament reviews. That's just not something I do. But haven't used high temp PLA yet, though I've been concerned about its strength compared to normal PLA. The thing with the high temp PLA, I'll just straight out come out and say it. It's still PLA. Do not print VORON parts in high temp PLA. High temp PLA works really good for like, hey, I made a mount for my screwdriver that I put in my garage that gets really hot. Or other things where the environment is like a higher ambient temperature environment. A cup holder in your car maybe, high temp PLA. The problem is it still deforms under load. So if the print's just, sitting there on your desk all pretty, yeah, it's fine. But if it's high temp PLA and it is literally like a bracket holding up a shelf in a garage that gets to like 50 degrees Celsius or a shed, it's gonna fail. Look at the actual chart. It still fails under load. High temp PLA still fails under load. It's just, it has a higher, it can get to a higher temperature before it starts actually like just deforming under its own weight kind of thing. So like cosplay people will probably like it a bit, although I think there's better materials for cosplay, but cosplay people, prop makers, those people, they'll probably get the biggest benefit out of high temp PLA because they can probably leave stuff in their car and it won't melt right away. I'd still personally be worried, but that's just me. Okay, so this goes to the 24-volt power supply, which is this one. And these are way too long, so I'm gonna go get some stuff and shorten that. So yeah, I don't know. If you know somebody at a filming company, yeah, sure, reach out. Be aware though, I live in Canada. So certain things are kind of harder. Oh, these are definitely not the right ones. I live in Canada, so when it comes to a lot of filaments, there's a lot of filaments I would like to try or buy that I don't because they just don't, you know, they're not in Canada. So. What materials do you think are better for cosplay? I use a lot of ABS. And honestly, this guy, all the Fallout stuff, this is, I'm gonna grab it down. This whole helmet is carbon fiber PETG. So this whole helmet is carbon fiber PETG. Obviously it's hand worked and it's painted and whatnot, but like this is carbon fiber PETG. The las pistol and the Ripper, ooh, pew, 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 pew. This is all carbon fiber PETG. These are all carbon fiber PETG. Printed on this guy and the Prusas. Now granted, this is Pantheon carbon fiber PETG. This is Prusa PETG. The helmet's Pantheon PETG. Yeah, Polymaker has their Cosplaw. The problem with Cosplaw is still Plaw. One of the saddest things at pros I've ever seen, when I was doing the Mandalorian build, when I was building that Mandalorian suit, I went on to like the Mandalorian prop maker subreddit, and somebody posted a picture of their 3D printed Mandalorian helmet that he had bought for his kid from somebody, and he forgot it in the car and it melted because it was PLA. And he's like, is there any way I can save this? And everyone's like, nope, it's done. So that's kind of the problem you run into with anything PLA based. It's still PLA. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Even, you know, it's still PLA based. So. So that's the downsides of using PLA-based materials is they're still PLA-based. So the Mandalorian suit that I did is all ABS or ASA. The Fallout suit that I've got like half done is all PLA, or correction, all ABS or ASA, except for the helmet, and the chest piece will be ABS. I need to get back to that build. I need to finish that build. Probably start working on that once I get that whatchamacallit done. There we go. Got that guy. Now both of these are blue, but whatever. That's what you get for using Swamp Cooler. Oh yeah, a bunch of people's stuff melted at Murph. That's like a tradition. Like PLA is a decent, don't get me wrong, PLA is a good plastic for stuff that just kind of sits around. If it's inside a house all the time and it just kind of sits there, you know, making like wall mounts for your power tools and whatnot, or like just random knickknacks, yeah, PLA is great. But if you're going to be using it in an environment where the temperatures get warm, or you need a little ductility, the problem with PLA is it's very rigid. So if you need something that has a little give to it, it's not good either. It's a decent plastic. The thing is, I think a lot of people just kind of assume there's only one material property to things. And there's not. There's like a dozen. You got, you know, ductility, strength, malleability, their flexibility. There's like a whole pantheon of material properties. And a lot of people like just check out a 3D printing forum. It's like, is this the strongest material? It's like, strong in what regard? PETG has really good layer adhesion, but it has creep issues if it gets a little warm. ABS is not as stiff as PLA, but you can build a printer out of ABS and have a chamber temperature of 65 Celsius and everything's all hunky-dory. So you gotta like look at everything and make the call what works best for your use case. And the problem is, I don't think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people just look at like one number or something, and it'll screw you over. You have to like look at you have to look at everything. So. This is negative. I still got to get that 3007 fan replaced. I might just print a different shroud and use like, I have some like 25mm fans. I don't know. The problem is it's a 3007 fan for the tool head that broke for the cooling the controller board. The problem is it's a 24 volt 3007 fan, and all the cheap ones on Amazon are 5 volt. So. Whew. There's no one material to rule them all. I mean, to be fair, if you have a machine that can print Ultem, Ultem will beat pretty much every other 3D printing material. The problem is, it's a couple $100 a spool. So yeah, there is one best material. You just need a printer that's also an oven. Because I don't know about you, I'm not wasting time printing Ultem on any machine. Joel has a good video. Joel printed Ultem or Peak or whatever, or Peck or whatever, on a Bamboo. And he's like, yeah, this is a bloody waste of time because you do not get the material properties. Yes, it can print some things out of the material, but you're not getting the rated material properties. So, you know, what's the point of printing, you know, $400 a spool Ultem if you are getting the strength equivalent of just like really good PETG? So, yeah. Okay, what is next? The fans. That's right, the fans. So we got this fan and this fan. So we are gonna have to shorten these guys because I am not letting these stupidly long fans run all the way to here. Yeah. This guy and this guy, right? Yeah. Those are 24 volts. Okay, so those got to go to there. So I'm gonna have to go get my JST crimping and stripping kit, and these will go there. Okay, so let's go get that and cut that. Hopefully these are the right things. High fan and high fan. Okay, so let me just go get my stuff. I'll be back. Hopefully I was on the right camera that whole time. Was I on the right camera that whole time? I was! Yay! Yay! It is warm. Did I ever tell you it's warm? You know what I started watching the other day? Did you guys see a bug? Or was I just seeing stuff? I started watching, it's called Black Lagoon. I'm going through a thing right now where I'm like rewatching all the anime that I watched when I was like younger, like in high school. But I'm actually an adult now and I can actually kind of understand stuff a bit better. So I'm like rewatching it all now as an adult. And I'm like, this is a lot better than I remember it. I think it's these ones and these ones. And where is PA09s? The PA9, PA09. Where are my PA09s? Uh-oh. Are they over there? Can you see my PA09s? Are they over there? Are they over here? Oh, they are over here. Okay. Reach. Ah, there we go. There we go. Enough for most things apart. Yeah, like if you're printing something that just sits on your desk, like a camera mount or something, and it just sits there all day inside a air-controlled environment, yeah, PLA is fine. It's just, I print like, you know, stuff that sits, my garage varies from like, you know, I've had it, it's been negative 20 Celsius out here before. Now, granted, that doesn't happen ever since I finished it and insulated it, but like last winter, it got down to negative 10 Celsius out here at one point. All my printers aired out. Because I turned the heater off because I was gone for some, like I had something going on, so I just turned the heater off. And yeah, it gets cold out here. And in the summer, it's been, I've seen up to 37 Celsius out here in the garage. So it gets hot out here and it gets cold out here. So anything in my garage needs to be able to take those temperatures. What's the easiest way to remove a PSU, the VHP? Twist. You need to twist. Or if you have like a spatula, you can get underneath and like shimmy it out. But VHP is, it's like a magnet. It's strong in this direction. It's not strong in this direction. I still haven't watched Andor. I gotta watch Andor. I've heard so many good things about Andor. And it actually ended good, so I might actually watch it. I have a thing where I won't watch a show until it ends, and it ends good. Melted tiny bike in the Discord. Do I have Discord? I don't have Discord. Or I don't. I have Discord on this computer, but it's not signed up. I'll look at it in a minute. We are doing crimping and stripping day. I haven't watched Andor yet, I know. I've heard it's really good. It's just that kind of show, I don't know. I've heard it's really good, I just haven't sat down to watch it yet. Where did I put, oh, they put it down here. Also, I don't have Disney Plus on my computer. We only have Disney Plus on, well, okay, I could log into it. I just haven't bothered because Disney Plus is in my wife's name. So it's logged into on like the living room TV, I think. So the problem is when I watch stuff, I watch it on my computer. So. Now, granted, I do have, you know, there are ways of acquiring it. Yar. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Andor. It does what I think they need to do more with in Star Wars, which is it's a big universe. Get the frick away from Tatooine and the Skywalkers. Also, anything to do with new Star Wars. Go back to like Empire times. Nothing from like new Star Wars, and by new Star Wars I mean like the sequel trilogy timeline. Nothing from then is good. The only thing that was good was like the first and some of the second season of Mandalorian. No, it's a 2-prong. Okay, so black on the left. One. There we go. Jar Jar with the best moment. You know what's funny? You know what? I'll say it. I got nothing against Jar Jar. I got nothing against Jar Jar. Maybe a little too much Jar Jar in the first movie. In Phantom Menace. But you know what? I can deal with Jar Jar. I get Jar Jar. It makes sense. I found the character jarring. You have to understand, Star Wars is like, the movies are meant for kids. Now, Andor isn't meant for kids. Andor has some dark shit in it. But like, the movies themselves are meant for kids. And young adult, and like teens. Like, well, when did Phantom Menace come out? 99? So I was 11 when Phantom Menace came out. 11 or 12. I think it was 11. Like, I remember my dad taking me to the movie theaters for the re-release of Star Wars. Whatever happened to your AI co-host? Oh, Alt is still downstairs. Alt is still downstairs. I've been talking to somebody about trying to figure out how we're gonna integrate it into the stream. And I'm still working on that aspect. But Alt is still downstairs. You might see him on the next Gundam stream. For those that don't know, we've been doing some stuff on Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch. I started streaming again on Twitch. So I'm doing Gunpla on Twitch, so we're building Gundams and shit, and I'll be doing games and whatnot on Twitch. So basically, anytime I'm faffing about there, I might turn Alt on, and we'll have a co-host. But I'm trying to figure out how to integrate it the way I want it to be. And unfortunately, just right now, I got a bunch of other stuff going on with the builds that are just kind of taking up the time, but we will get it at some point. We're just trying to figure out the kind of the optimal way to go about doing it, because I know a lot of people don't like, there's like a lot of pushback against AI, and don't get me wrong, I agree with a lot of it. So we're trying to figure out a way to go about it that kind of makes sense. Think it different. I like the voice. The Sigourney-ish, the last voice we had for it was like Sigourney-ish Weaver. It sounded kind of like Sigourney Weaver. A lot of people like that voice. I like that voice. It's still there. It still talks in that voice. Marvel movies, not all Star Wars are kid-friendly. Deadpool, yeah. Okay, speaking of Marvel, okay, when I was a kid, again, back when I was a little kid, I remember my dad was like, okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch the Star Wars. When I was old enough to like understand what was going on, my dad's like, I'm gonna rent the Star Wars. And like, we had a week where it was like for 3 nights in a row, it's like a 3-day weekend or whatever. we went to Blockbuster and we rented a Star Wars movie and we watched, that was a 3-night event. And I remember that. So we watched A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And that was like a big event. I'm gonna have to block out like an entire month to watch all the Marvel movies with my little guy when he's like in it soon. It's like, okay, we're gonna watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sit down, we've got 30 movies to go through, kid. We'll just stop at Thanos. Once Endgame is over, we're done. Because it all kind of goes downhill after that. But like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to Endgame, it was so good. And then it's just kind of been downhill from there. And it's like, you know exactly why, because like the story's over. The big bad is done. It's like, it's done. Okay, so now, oh, these are gonna be fun. I gotta sort these out. So how this works, oh, this is gonna be annoying. So these have these stupid little connectors on them. And I don't think I can shorten these. Because I don't have any extras of these connectors. So let's see, how's the bed come? Oh God, this is such a mess of wiring. Make sure that your heated bed is in line with the voltage of your country or region. Well, it's set for 110, so we should be good. So the ground goes to a ground. Okay, that's easy. This goes to a ground. So I will put it on the 24 volt ground because this cable is really long. And it stays all together. So this will live all the way up here on that. Although I will say, I watched Thunderbolts the other day, or yesterday. I finally watched Thunderbolts. And you know what? I liked it. Thunderbolts was pretty good. I like Thunderbolts. It was a fun little B movie, like a side plot, you know, a B movie, a B plot movie. So I like Thunderbolt. Oh wait, oh, that is neutral. That is neutral, or that is ground. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, I like Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was fun. And this is neutral. This is the wrong connector. This is the wrong connector. This should be a spade, not a, not this guy. So let's fix this. Thunderbolts and no, Thunderbolts. I like Thunderbolts. It was actually pretty decent. This is a big wire. That is not compensating for anything. 1 second. One more. And chat heard of the Thunderbolt of which he speaks. The movie, Thunderbolts. The Marvel movie. Although didn't, like, Marvel changed the name to New Avengers, like, just after the movie came out. Okay, so this guy up here, and you need to go into there. I would put you here, but there's too much already on there. Love when wires are tight. You know what, let me grab some tweezers here. Come over here. I need some pliers. Attention to Marvel after Logan. Logan was so good. Logan was good. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. We are getting there. We're down to just the bed wires. So how do I wire these up? Shoot. Show me. I wish you showed me it closer. Shoot. I wish you showed me it closer. Which bed is which? Hotbed 4. Because the problem is, okay, this is stupid. They label the bed. Sorry. I can't mute. I want to go. I'm like, I don't have my thing here. I can't hit mute. Am I even on the right camera? Am I on the right camera? I'm on the right camera. Sorry about that. I'm like, I can't mute. I got nothing to mute. My Stream Deck's over there. Okay, so the problem I have here is they have the beds labeled A, B, C, D. Okay, so when you put the beds on here, let me scroll up to it. Okay, they have A, B, C, D. So I labeled these. Well, okay, I labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's A, B, C, D, right? The problem is I go down here and they're not A, B, C, D. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. And the problem is I don't know. They just show 1, 2, 3, 4, but they're not in. I guess it doesn't matter, because they're just going to all heat up sequentially till they get to the final. So it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as I keep the thermistor with the right bed, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So we're just going to do that way. Okay. And they just plug into here. So where is 1? I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1 is this guy. Yeah, it shouldn't matter. So where are the thermistors? Okay, so this guy is here. And this guy goes onto this. Okay. And then, because that is, oh wait, no. Because we have, how are the, oh wow. Come on. There we go. Oh my God, these are sketchy. Okay, A, yeah, A, B, C, D. So this is 1 goes on A. There we go. Okay. 2 is this guy. And this one I'm going to shorten because this is too long. So 2 goes on B. Now these I can't shorten, unfortunately, because I don't have, these are crimped on connectors, and I don't have extra connectors. So I'm just going to have to do that. And then this guy goes here, but this is too long, so I'm going to shorten it because this is too long, and ain't nobody got time for that. So make it look pretty. Because remember, it's not how good the printer prints. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter how good your printer prints. It has to look good printing. That's what matters. That's why you build a Voron. It looks good. Yeah, they print good too. But primarily it looks good. Is there a mod to have a heat bed like on the XL or individual tiles? This has 4 beds. The VORON Phoenix does the same thing. The VORON Phoenix has 4 beds on the printer. It does this because that way you don't need to have like you don't need to source a massive bed. So getting a 600 millimeter, you know, 5/16 this thick or 8 millimeter thick slab of aluminum is going to be pricey. So this just uses 4 300 millimeter beds. Stupid little bugs. So yeah, so this basically does the same kind of chiplet bed like the XL does, only instead of being like, what is the XL? 4x4? I think it's 4x4 or 5x5. Either way, this is, you know, 2x2. It's only 4 beds. And this SSR is pretty cool because this SSR has 4 hookups, which I didn't know was a thing. Should have probably grabbed a pin so I can, you know what, I'm gonna have to undo these. Luckily, these are thermistors, so it doesn't matter which way you plug them in. They don't care. There we go. Give a little tug, make sure nothing comes out. And 2. Okay, now 3 is this guy. Oh, this is a long cable. Oh, I wish I could shorten these. Do some tactical zip tying. Is the XL 4x4? Okay, it's 4x4 then. Like a proper truck. Also, I'm gonna put the feet up. I have the CAD, I have the STL for the feet. I'll put the feet up. You need 25 millimeter bolts. It's a 30 millimeter space, and you need 25 millimeter bolts. We'll see how long they last. These, I printed these in the only red TPU I have, which is 40D. It's like Filamentum 40D, which is probably a little on the softer side, but it was the only red TPU I had that I had enough of. So hopefully it works. I mean, if I come out tomorrow and the printer has shrunk an inch, then we know it was too mushy. But it's holding up the printer now, and it's, you know, there's more rock in the stand than there is in the printer. Also, it's not locked down right now, so it can move. It doesn't shimmy this much when the wheels are locked. The wheels are unlocked right now. go. And then don't forget, whenever we finish the stream, and we're going to be finishing the stream whenever I power this up. So we're not going to be doing any Clipper in today. Unless it already has Clipper installed. If it has Clipper installed, we're just going to keep on going. But I don't know. We'll see. But don't forget, we are going to do the giveaway at the end of the stream. So if you haven't entered for that, link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. So the draw will either be at 11 p.m. or earlier, depending on whenever we get to it. But also, while you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, ring the bell. And if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter. Or if you're really cool, because I know some of you are really cool. Some of you are cool, but some of you are really cool. Gifting memberships to others is the best way to support the channel. Because you support the channel and other people get to be a channel member, which is cool. Because you get to hang out when we do members only stuff. And you get videos early and access to super secret channels on the Discord that are super secret. Super secret. 600mm benchy. So the only problem with a 600mm benchy is I don't know if I have any spools of PLA big enough. I have some 3 kilogram spools of ABS, but I did the math, and by math I mean I loaded up a slicer with a 600mm bed. It's like 4 kilograms of filament to do a max size benchy on this thing. So if you take a benchy and scale it up to, you know, put it on a 45-degree angle and make it as big as you can fit, it's like 4.3 kilograms at like normal settings, like 10% infill, 2 walls, 5 top, 5 bottom or something. And this is going to get a 0.8 nozzle eventually. So it's a big boat. It's a big boat. So this has a filament runout sensor, and hopefully it's enabled by default, put it that way. Because this will eventually get a box turtle. The plan is to get this up and running, do a couple prints in PLA, just get hours on the machine, just make sure everything's working. Then we'll enclose it and do a bunch more printing, make sure it's good. And then we'll probably do an upgrade where we put the box turtle on it, and we also put a high flow hot end with like a 0.8 nozzle. Because for those wondering, the box turtle on this is not for multicolor, it's for filament rollover. I want to be able to load up like 4 spools of filament and just let the box turtle handle it. Or also have a Y splitter so I can just put a 5 kilogram spool on the side. We're also gonna have to put a booster on it, so. Printed a big benchy. You know what though, I'm gonna say this, nobody has done a big benchy right. Everyone who has done big benchies has modified the dimensions. Nobody has actually printed, as far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody has just scaled up a benchy to 7,000% and printed it. Because that's how big a life-size benchy is. You just take the stock benchy and you scale it up 7,000%. And then you print that. Everyone has like changed the dimensions on those like, I know Dr. D-Flow did one, Emily the Engineer did one, but those were modified benchies. They're not stock. They changed the dimensions. So there's a bypass. Okay. I mean, the reason I was going to do a Y splitter is because the location the spools would be. The box turtle is going to be on top of the printer, and the 5 kilogram spools would load from the side. A NeuroCube that takes up the whole volume. That would be a lot of filament. And yeah, that would be a lot of filament. That's the problem with a big printer. Splitter is remote if you want it to be. Oh. Well, the plan is basically have like the box turtle load from the top, and then also have like a booster on the side with a 5 kilogram spool, so I can load it from the side as well. Like basically I can load it like the Phoenix is, where you just have a spool on the side that feeds in, or the box roll on top if I want to do filament rollover, or if I want to do something multicolor. Although I'll be honest, I don't know how many big multicolor prints I'll be doing. Because I'll be honest, the XL does all the multicolor I need to, and I don't need to do a lot of multicolor. And the XL is already pretty big. Eurocube at 100% infill. That's just throwing filament in the garbage. That is just, you know, I'm not one to really care much about recycling plastic, I'll be honest. That is a waste of plastic. There we go. Screw that. One thing. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now you plug in here. Keep those guys down. There you go. You just kind of do that. Do that. I need to get a zip tie for all these guys. Get some zip ties. Ooh. Zip ties. If you're gonna print a cube that big, put hinges on it for a toy box. I mean, basically, yeah, you would print it without infill. There we go. So that is that. I have no idea what this is, but I have it. Now I can put the fan back on. Any estimates what the ambient temp would be? I don't know. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to figure out. A Phoenix will get to 60. A Phoenix will sit in the 60s. So as long as this gets to around that, it should be able to. We should be good. Like a VORON Phoenix gets into the 60s. So this should be similar. But just so you're aware, other than these 3 wires here, which I forgot to fix for the LEDs, we're wired up now. We are juiced and ready to go. Uh-oh, where'd I put that Allen key? Yeah, it's single wall polycarbonate for the walls. We're gonna be running it stock, and then I will be doing upgrades on it. And one of the first upgrades will be more insulation. That's for sure. There we go. Yeah, more zip ties. The zip tie there. That is your power contactor relay. The power, oh, for the switch down here. So let's, okay, so the printer's off. Oh, so this is like an on, this connects to this for the on off switch. Okay, that makes sense. we go. I will say, like, this actually cleans up really nice. I need snips. Do I have snips over here? Snips over here. How am I losing all my snips? I used to have so many of those little wire snippers, and like, I just lose them now. How did I lose them all? Oh, because you know why? Because I bring them over to a printer. That's why. I'll bring them over to a printer to like trim filament, and then I just leave them at the printer. Okay. So, theoretically, I can plug this in now. I'm trying to think. That's plugged in. That's all plugged in. Yeah, it's like, okay, I could put like filament spool holders on. Okay, I should be able to plug this in now. Get a drink of my delicious Gamer Sups. Use code Canuck, gamersups.gg. Save 10%. Okay. Let's get this movable feast underway. Power cable. The wheel's locked. That's why. Yeah. All these wires out of here. Clean up these wires quick. Get all these wires. Wires. Don't want to pay for Gamer Sups. So the power cable's over here. So this is the only thing I gotta be really careful about. I only have one power cable for the printer. I only have one power cable for the printer. And it's this guy. So I gotta be pretty careful. I only have one cable, so I can't lose it. Here, zoom out. Don't have to be that zoomed in anymore. Worst comes to worst, I electrocute everything. Oop. There we go. It's a 20 amp cable. It's the 28 cable. Oh! Oh, it straight up is only... I don't have a plug. It's a 20 amp. 20 amp 240 volt. I don't have a plug. I can't plug this in. I don't have an adapter. Like, I don't have an outlet that I can plug this into. I don't. The Milo plug is the same. The Milo plug is designed to go into 240. I can't plug this into 240. The beds are 110. I can't plug this into 240. The bed is 110. Yeah, but I don't have any plugs that are like this. I can't plug this in. No, it's 4 separate bed heaters. It's 4 separate beds. Yeah, like I can plug this in. But I don't have a plug for this. I can't plug this in to my plug. And the only outlet I can plug this into is a 240 outlet, which I can't plug a 240 in because the bed's 110. I can't power this printer up. I can't power this up. I would have to change all of this. I would have to change the outlet to like a regular, shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get an adapter. It's the RTX 6000 workstation outlet. Let me check the other 240 I have. I think, shoot. Yeah, because the other 240 I have is plugged into, yeah, that won't work either. Yeah, because that is, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, I can't, that's it. I have 20 amp outlets. I have 20 amp outlets in my garage. When I wired up the garage, when I finished the garage originally only had one circuit, one 15 amp circuit. I added 2 more circuits to the garage and they're both 20 amp circuits. But they use just the normal 15 amp plug. Like they use this like your normal wall plug. And I did that because I knew I'd be running normal 3D printers out here. I'm like, I'll just do 20 amps. That way I have just a little bit of overhead, right? I used wire for like higher amperage than that. I have like 10 gauge in the wall. The 20 amp, they will have the sideways. They do have the sideways. They do have the sideways. The problem is I don't have any close enough to the printer. All my 20 amps are over here. They're over here. The cable's not long enough. I need to use an extension cord. I have one here. Like I have it right here. I literally have it right here. I can plug it in right here. The problem is I don't have a cable long enough to reach out here. What did I unplug, by the way? Unplug something. What did I unplug? Was that a printer? I don't know what did I unplug? I unplugged something. Hopefully it's not that important. I don't have a plug over there. I don't have a compatible plug over there. Wait. You're gonna lose this camera for a second. Nope, that's not it. Nope. I don't have a compatible plug over here. Yeah. That's my problem. I need an extension cord with that plug on it. Yeah, I have the receptacles over here. I don't know if you can see it. That receptacle like right there, the ones on the wall here, these are the right ones. I could plug it in if the printer was on this side of the garage. On this side of the garage, there is one outlet. Here, you guys are gonna get, oh shoot, I can't do that. How do I do this? How do I do this? I can't do that. Okay, we'll do this. There is an outlet on this side of the garage, but it's in that corner. The problem is this cable won't reach over there like this. It will when this printer lives over there, but right now it won't reach over there. And the problem is my extension cord I can't plug my extension cord into this. Yeah. I didn't realize that this was this amp. Okay. Yeah, that's about as far as we can go. I can't plug it in over here. I need an extension cord for this. I need a 20 amp extension cord. I know it runs fine with, I just don't have the way of plugging it in. I'm not gonna wire up something jank. 20 amp extension cord. Yeah, I just need one of these. Oh God, look at the price. Jeez. $80 for an extension cord. But yeah, basically I need this. Yeah, I need one of these. So, because I got to run it from here to over there. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, I got to run it from over here to over there. So, turn the frame. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because it's See the corner where the light is? That back corner where the light is under the shelf? That is right there, okay? So that is like over here. The plug is right here. So it wouldn't reach. I still need the extension cord. Because when I wired up the garage, I figured I wouldn't be using that side at all for anything. So like my breaker box is there, but I don't have any of those, and I didn't put any, yeah. I mean, like I still have 10 amp wire somewhere. Like I could get sketchy, but I'm not going to. That's kind of annoying. Okay, so I got to do some shopping. Okay, so I gotta buy a $30 plug. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, gifting memberships to others, or just throwing a super chat out. Because now I gotta go drop a 30 bucks on a stupid extension cable. Because I don't think I have any extension cables, yeah, that are 20 amp compatible. Because I have a 20 amp, like, I have a 24 or 20 or 240 volt cable and a 240 volt plug, but it's for the Milo. Yeah, membership prices have doubled. I gotta buy a $30 freaking extension cable. That's annoying. That is annoying. I don't think no, I don't have any adapters either. I don't think I have an adapter. Would I have an adapter? No. I'm trying to think if anything I have would have an adapter, and I don't think so. John, $4.99, cheers, and appreciate it. Lewis Seal, gifted 5 community memberships, and Christopher, gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. This is oh man, I want to power it up. I mean, oh wait, I'm on the wrong camera. On the wrong camera, sorry. Mike, gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. We could sacrifice a cable, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. That didn't come with it. No, yeah, I don't, shoot. I don't think I have anything. Yeah. Cheers, Mike, for the 5. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing that I don't have an adapter. That is, yeah. Like, it's nice that they give you the big plug. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, theoretically, this printer should run on 15 amp. So can I get, do they make 20 amp? Do they make like, shoot. Like I could swap this plug out with a regular plug, but I kind of want to use this beefy ass cable. I'll be honest. I want to use the beefy cable. Okay, I'll just buy an extension cable. I'd rather buy an extension cable than swap out the plug and risk it. Look how clean that wiring looks, by the way. Look how good that looks. Okay, let's put the cover on. Take a picture of that. Look how clean that wires looks. There we go. I mean, it's kind of annoying, but I can't complain. You know, I'm gonna leave it off until we get it powered up. Does he have spares? I'll ask him tomorrow. You know what? I gotta run to the washroom quick, and I'm gonna do a quick look in the basement to see if I have an adapter. Because I remember some printers from like coming with some adapters. It might just be European plugs. So give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna run downstairs and look for an adapter, go to the washroom quick, and then I'll be back, okay? While I'm gone, who is that? Mike, you donated last. You're in charge. Make sure the house doesn't burn. not muted. Am I muted? There we go. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, the only wire I found was an extension cord, which I think is from the A-net with like the wires cut. So I'm gonna have to buy that extension cable. That sucks. No. 1 second. Nope. I have a battery bank. I have one of those like 600 volt hour battery banks, solar powered like EcoFlow type things. And I was like, oh, I'll just use that. I'll just plug, no, because it doesn't do 20 amp plug, so I can't plug it in. No. But like the Phoenix, it should already have that. It already should have adaptive in. So yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I was so happy to plug it in. And then, you know, can't plug it in if you don't have power. And then I need to get an extension cord. I can't. That sucks. It's funny because it's like, we built the printer on this side of the garage specifically so I would have room to build it. But it turns out I don't have power. Lawnmower color? No, my lawnmower is gas. You could see it right there. You could see part of it behind the printer there. That sucks. Everything, yeah, I have 20 amp plugs on this side. Like I have literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have a ton of those plugs. They're just on this side of the garage. So I have to run an extension cable. So I'm gonna have to go shopping. Damn it! That's so annoying. That is annoying. 20A extension cord. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to buy a 20 amp. I can't believe how much these are. I'll hit up Home Depot tomorrow, see how much they are at Home Depot. I'd rather get more than a 6 foot. Run more outlets. I mean, sure, you know, I actually might have, the problem is I'd have to run conduit because I've already, you know, sealed up the walls. Because they're right there. They're literally right there. I have 2 of them, 2 receptacles right there, 2 different circuits too. I just need to run an extension cord around. That's annoying. That's annoying. That's annoying. Engine block heater? No, I don't. None of my cars have engine block heaters. Like literally, it's all right there. I just don't have it. It has to go from, you can see that light leaning against the wall. So about 3 feet to the left of that, behind the tarp, is literally like, that light is right there. And the plug is here. So I just need to go there, out. So yeah, I need like yeah. That's annoying. I have 10 gauge wires somewhere too. Oh well. Well, on the bright side, look how nice that electrical box looks. Look how clean the electrical box looks. Very clean. It's looking really good. The printer looks really good. We just need to power it up. So I gotta go. We must go shopping. Why 10 gauge extension? I mean, if we don't need the ground, let me take a look at you. What do I got? I mean, like, It depends. I mean, it really depends how spicy you guys want to get tonight. Like, how spicy are we getting tonight, boys? Because I've got... Yeah, 10 gauge. Do we want to get spicy tonight? I could get spicy tonight. We could get spicy tonight. Honestly, I might just go to Home Depot and just buy the outlets and just attach these to the outlet and make my own extension cable. 1. There we go. That'll work. There we go. Just shove this into the outlet, shove it into the wall, and off we go. No, we're not going to do it. We're going to do it right. You don't use wire designed to go on your wall as an extension cable. Do not use wire that's meant to go on your wall as an extension cable. Don't. It's not right. This is not meant for that. It's not rated for that. There are some things I don't mind messing with at home. And being a little on the sloppy side when it comes to doing things properly. Painting, trim work, stuff like that. Electrical is not one of those things. You do not mess around with electrical. Electrical is one of those things, if you mess up, you can die. Or hurt somebody or burn your house down. You do not mess with that shit. You do not. So, well, on the bright side, it's all wired up. I just can't see if it works yet because we don't have an extension. So I got a HDX 9-foot 20 amp air conditioning. Oh, USA. Okay, you want to know what's funny, John? Are you ready? HomeDepot.ca. 20 amp extension cord. Okay, so in stock, Husky 50-foot 14.3. Oh no, that's not 20 amp. I need 20 amp. Maximum amp, 20 amp. There we go. Yeah, they don't even have it. They just have the stupid receptacles. Yeah, Canadian prices for stuff is stupid. Yeah, what I'll do is tomorrow when we go out, I'll take a look, and then if I can't find one at a Home Depot or a Rona, I prefer Rona, I'll just buy one on Amazon. Because luckily a lot of this stuff, the price was reasonable for a while because it was used by like crypto farms. So, Princess Auto. I could check Princess Auto if I go that way. So let's check Princess Auto. For those that don't know, Princess Auto is like the Canadian equivalent of Harbor Freight. Yeah, extension. Oh, they have an adapter. No, I don't need an extension. I need an extension cord. Extension cord. Extension cord. Canadian Tire. Yeah, Crappy Tire might have some too. Oh, they probably will. It's just. Okay, so that's that. So I need 20 amp. Amp isn't a thing. It's all 14.3. Yeah, it's all 14.3. No. Tire. Good God, so many flipping. Nothing is more annoying than loading up a site and trying to type something in and like the cookie pop up and it's like ignore. And then it's like an ad pops up. It's like ignore. It's like no, just 20 amp extension cord. There we go. What did you got? What do you got, Crappy Tire? $100. $100. Oof. Jeez. Yeah. Fake money. No, the fake money place is Canadian Tire, and they don't do it anymore. You know what disappointed? They have a card now. It's a points card. Because Canadian Tire also owns, like, Sport Check, and I think they also own Hudson Bay now, or what's left of Hudson Bay. But yeah. But yeah, you used to get, like, Canadian Tire money. You used to go to Canadian Tire, for every dollar you spent, you got, like, 5 cents Canadian Tire money or something. And it was, like, money. It was paper. It was, like, money. And so the joke was, you know, that's what Canadian money is, Canadian Tire money. But then they stopped doing that, and now it's just a points card, and it's annoying. Mike's own Mark's Work Warehouse. Okay, that makes sense. They own a bunch of companies. Okay. So yeah, so unfortunately, that's about as far as we can go, because I literally cannot power this up. Because unfortunately, I can't make the printer move anywhere. Like, let's see here. Let's see here. Because the thing is, like, if I spin it, how much? So this reaches to here. So I need like a 10-foot extension cable, because that won't reach. And I think that is all, yeah, that's all 20, 10, 15 amp too. Yeah, so I'm gonna need a long extension cord, because I want you guys to see it. That's the thing. If I spin it around, you guys won't see it. And I want you guys to be able to see it. So yeah, I gotta get a long extension cord. That sucks. I did not realize it was a 20 amp cord. Like, I knew it had the big block, but I didn't know the other end had the 20 amp thing. So I should have put a plug on this side of the garage. Why didn't I put a plug on this side of the garage? I know why I didn't, because when I finished the garage, I figured I would never be using this side for printing stuff. I figured it would all be storage. So I have plugs on this side, but they're part of the 15 amp circuit. And I'm like, okay, I got 2 plugs on this side. It's part of the 15 amp circuit. We're good. I didn't think to put a 20 amp plug on this side, because I figured my lawnmower is there. What do I need a 20 amp plug for? So that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Oh well. Oh well, we'll go shopping. Tuesday, we got something to do on the Tuesday stream now. At least on the Tuesday stream, we got something to do now. Power up the printer and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, fix it. Good for CNC. Yeah. PC with power cord you need, but I'm like 20-hour drive. Well, the problem, I have the power cord. It just doesn't, like, if it had the regular prongs, like, do they make 20 amp cables that have the normal 15 amp prong? Do they make the, because if they make the cable that goes from that to a normal prong, I could just use that with a normal extension cable. So, what powering the garage? The garbage foot? What? Garbage foot? What do you mean the garbage foot? Yeah, so I'll just buy an extension cable and run it. No biggie. No biggie. There's an adapter on Amazon. Can you link it in the Discord? Let's see, what's in the Discord? What are people linking in the Discord? By the way, this is why friends don't let friends print in PLA. This was a PLA print left in a hot car. It just, yeah, that sucks. Spending all that time building something like that and then just, yep. Uh, 50 watt PC cable does not have a, it's all about amperage. Well, it would need to be, I don't know. I'll just get an extension cable and call it a day. We'll just do it properly and we'll get an extension cable. I'll get a proper extension cable and we'll do it properly. Don't want to risk it. Garage door? The garage door plug is just a 15 amp plug. It's just a normal 15 amp plug. Yeah, that sucks. I really should have put plugs on that. The thing is, it wouldn't matter if I put plugs on this side because I would have to spin the printer around to reach it, and you wouldn't be able to actually see the printer power up. Like, I want you guys to see the power box when I turn it up. So, oh well. That's annoying, but it is what it is. I'll just get the right cable and call it a day. Okay, You guys want to? We'll do the giveaway in 4 minutes. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, do it right now. We're doing the draw in 4 minutes. 4 minutes, we're gonna do the draw because it's hot. I want to get that done. Grab my gamer sips. Shut down. Shut down the laptop. What is it? 515 NEMA to C19. Okay, let's see if I can find that on Amazon. Amazon. So no, because it needs to be, this would work. This wouldn't work. No, this wouldn't work either. This wouldn't work either. Because it has to be it needs to be the female of this to the male of that, and that wouldn't be safe because then you would have exposed. No, actually it would be safe, but it doesn't matter. Like, I have 2 ways of fixing this. Either I change the plug out or I get an extension cable. I'm just gonna get the extension cable. I'm just gonna get the extension cable. I'll just buy the extension cable. I'll check some stores tomorrow to see if any have them in stock at a reasonable price. If not, I'll just hit up Amazon, and then it should be in for the Tuesday stream. You like the one I used in the Discord? Let's see here. Well, that's the thing, I gotta be on Amazon.ca. That would work. That would work. That just seems sketchy though, I'll be honest. Because that's just the plug there, and then you just plug in an extension cord. Like, that would work, I think. No, I don't think this would work. Would that work? Let me grab the cable. I don't think that would work. Yeah, I don't think that would work because it's flat. It's flat on all sides. Like the side that plugs into the box is flat on all sides. So this wouldn't work. Because this would need to be flat, not open like that. $20. This wouldn't work either. Oh God, this is a death cable. Never buy a cable like this. Oh my God. Oh my God, never buy this cable. Never buy this cable. Oh my God, never buy one of those. Never buy one of those. Oh, you plug it into this side. Oh, I see that cable that you linked, you plug into. So you would plug it into this side. Oh, so that goes there, and then this, oh, I see. Oh, so that turns this into a normal plug, okay. Yeah, that plugs this into that. The problem is this is Amazon 15 amp to 20 amp. That's Amazon.com.ca. Yeah, never buy a death cable. Like that's, you know, when you go to like Home Depot or any like store that sells Christmas lights and they're like, we will not sell a male to male cable. The reason you don't buy a male to male cable, imagine this is male to male, okay? So obviously this is a female end, but imagine they're both male ends. So you plug the male end into the wall and then you have this because you wired up your lights backwards, okay? And you don't want to wire up your lights, so you have a female sticking down instead of a male. So you get yourself a male to male, and then as you go to plug it in, you accidentally touch these and you electrocute yourself because this is live metal. It's okay when this sticks out of the printer. If you have like prongs sticking out of the printer, that's okay. Because the power side, whatever is powered, the end of it should always be female with no exposed metal. So I could buy one of these. I could just buy one of these and just use a normal extension cable. So I just get one of these and call it a day. I might just do that. Just get one of these guys. So I'll check, and if not, I'll just buy one of these guys. Yeah, do not ever get a male-to-male cable. Don't. Okay? Also, look how thick this cable is. Just to give you perspective, like, threw this out. This is like the power cable that comes off, like, I think this is literally is from the Ender, or the ANET. Just look at the gauge, the thickness difference between these two cables. This is a chonky boy. I might just buy a 20 amp extension cable just to be safe. Why do they have? They have them specifically. There are some okay. In a perfect world, you never need a male-to-male cable. Male-to-male cables exist if somebody screwed something up and is too lazy to fix it. For example, you wire up your Christmas lights. You start putting your Christmas lights up, but you put them up backwards so that the part that's hanging down is a male. Okay? Or correction, is a female. You can't plug the female into your wall. So you're like, okay, I'll get a male, plug it into the wall, and then get another male, plug it into the female, and then my Christmas lights turn on, right? Because you wired up your Christmas lights backwards. Okay? What you should do is take them down and do them right. But people are dumb. Generators, yeah, generators are like another, I guess, some cases. But you really, like, they're not something you should have. Even generators. Yeah, I guess some use cases, but yeah. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway and we will call it there. So if you did not enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you will have another chance on Tuesday, because we'll do another giveaway on Tuesday. Well, somebody's like, oh, you should report that. Someone in the Discord's like, you should report that mail to mail. It won't even ship to me. I can't even get it to ship. It won't. It will not deliver to my address because it's probably illegal in Canada. It's probably an international. It's like a drop ship thing, and they won't ship it to Canada, which makes sense. You wire up your Christmas lights, they absorb light. All right, race, add names, clear, open, names. We got 211 people, finish, random, bots, 211, play! Well, tomorrow we're actually supposed to get a pretty bad thunderstorm, I think, so. Wow, look how realistic the graphics for the trees are, everyone. Okay, how this works, oh, I'm just gonna dive into the snow. I'm just gonna dive into the snow. Oh man, snow right now would be great. Okay, how this works, if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if you are the lucky ball that I pick and you win, you also get a free hat. TT, good luck TT. If you win, you get a free hat. And anyone else, if you want a hat, you could just go buy one in the merch store or any of the other cool merch. I have a merch store, link in the description. I need to update, I need to get some new designs. If anyone does any graphic artist stuff and has any cool designs for 3D printing channel related stuff, let me know. We'll work something out. I think the first time I did merch, the way we did it, I had somebody design it. I can't remember the ratio, but basically, they got whatever I sold in the first month. They got like, I think I gave them like 2/3 or half of all the revenue from the first months of sales from their designs. So remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster, exclamation mark global makes everyone else go slower. If you like the smash button, ring the bell, and subscribe to the channel, It actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. Whew, it is warm. What are we at in the garage? 34 Celsius. It has gone up 2 degrees since the sun went down. Third Pedal Media. Do you do car stuff? I'm assuming this person does car stuff. They could also be called Clutch Media. Do you do car stuff, or you want it to be called Clutch Media, but that was taken? Oh, it's one of these ones. Oh God. Okay, who's gonna fall to their death? Oh, Third Pedal Media. With the clutch. Do you get it? Do you get it? Third Pedal Media. Okay, just so you know, I'm not going to point you out, but whoever put T-Rex down as their favorite Triassic dinosaur, the T-Rex is cool, but it's not a Triassic dinosaur. Just so you're aware. Okay, so we're going to call it there. Anti-Theft Device Media 1. Congratulations, golf claps in chat. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Golf claps in chat. Golf claps in chat. All right, let's see here. Did you know a Stegosaurus lived further away from the T-Rex than we did from the T-Rex? Did you know that? The time from the Stegosaurus to the T-Rex is a longer period of time than the T-Rex is to today. Also, Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landings than the building of the pyramids. The pyramids were ancient history for Cleopatra. Also, we are now closer to 2050 than we are from the year 2000. Sense of Dread, go! Been watching the History Channel? I haven't watched the History Channel in forever because I don't have TV. I don't have TV. Legit, I don't have, like, I think one of our TVs might have bunny ears on it. Like the really crappy, like $18 set of bunny ears that I think I bought to try and like watch the Super Bowl once. But I don't have TV in my house, so I can't watch the History Channel. I mean, I have TVs, but they're hooked up to computers or streaming services or whatever. Okay, calling it there. It's all wired up. It looks really good. Unfortunately, we got no power for it because I don't have a way to, I'm gonna have to go buy an extension cable. So we're gonna call it there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Shout out to Fysetc for the kit we built. If all goes well on Tuesday, we will be powering it up. And if we don't get sparks, we'll go right into doing clipper config, and who knows? I'm not saying Tuesday we're going to be pushing plastic, but if all goes well, next week we're going to be pushing plastic with this machine. Also, shout out to Polymaker for the spool away. We give... I can speak English. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs, Gloop, and Vision Miner. Use code Canuck. Save some money. And also, for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, and became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, buy the extension cable I need to go buy, and create the content I do. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Stay cool. And I will see you in the future. Good night.